Hi, the incident I'm going to tell you about happened to me about 7 years ago. It was my first year teaching, and I was only a substitute. So I was in a fifth grade classroom for multiple days. The first few days I was in there, I had no issues. The student I'm going to talk about had a lot of family issues at home, which would carry on into the school day. He got very upset because a couple other students were talking to me about something unrelated, had nothing to do with school, and they started laughing, and this student blurted out that he hated everyone, was going to bring a gun in and shoot his classmates along with his classroom teacher because he didn't care for her either. And I immediately stopped the conversation. I told him off to the side that we cannot talk about that. I do need to report this. And I also asked him why he thought like the kids were making fun of him. He didn't really tell me. He just continued shouting that everybody hates him, nobody likes him, he has no friends. So I did manage to get him calmed down. I called the assistant principal, told her what had happened. She immediately came up and got him out of the classroom. And she called his dad and everything. This happened about 10 minutes before dismissal. So I ended up finishing up with the class. I dismissed them. I went down to the office after because the main people that were directly involved was myself and the assistant principal. She told me I needed to verbally tell her what happened again, and I had to write a statement. And so I did. They ended up suspending him. Several weeks went by. He ended up being called into the school for a mediation type situation. I also was called in as a precaution in case the juvenile judge or mediator wanted to speak to me. So I went in on a day off on the court date, went into the school. I fortunately did not have to testify, but this student was suspended up until then. He was suspended for another couple weeks after that, and then they did allow him to come back to school. I feel the school did a lot of things correctly. However, the student, I feel, could have benefited from some extra help because of his home situation. I really don't think that was a healthy environment, just from what I knew of the family and teaching this kid several times after. I did also find out after the incident, he stayed at the school district for about 2 more years. He moved to a neighboring school district. Another similar incident happened there. They ended up suspending him, kicking him out, and he, last I heard, was unable to attend public school. So I think that's a problem, because instead of trying to get this student help, they just kicked him out of school, which I totally understand the violence, because it is not okay. But I feel like there should have been some sort of program to help him with his anger or something, because I don't feel kicking him out of school was beneficial to him, especially because he had the family issues at home that he was having.